So what we'll be drawing today is a traditional spring greetings, and what they'll do in Korea anyway is they write it on white paper. In China they would write it on red paper, but they would cut this in half and then they put both strips kind of this way on doors, on this door and this door, and it's meant to bring in the spring and the good blessings. This is Ip-chun-dae-gil, so Ip rising, Chun spring, Tae big, Gil happiness. And these letters here are Gun-yang-da-gyeong. Gun means build, like building. Gun. Yang is the sun. Ta is big, many, ta. And gyeong means blessings. So you kind of see how they do that. I'll demonstrate kind of how I learned. I'm not an expert. I'm still learning too. But you know, when you write these characters, they all have there's a particular style, and the style I'm learning for this is called heso. So with that, we have more sharper lines on the corners. That's what you're trying to do here. And it has a particular look to it. You'll find that there's other styles. There's like 5 to 9 different styles. When you write these, the technique, you're supposed to hold it with these 2 fingers, and this 3rd finger supports it, and you're supposed to be vertical. I have a really bad habit of laying it down sometimes. It makes it fat. So, you know, as a learner, I'm still perfecting how I should do it, but that's how I do it. So let's get into it. We'll use this as a reference. This is the paper. You'll see that, let me take one of these away. You'll see that I've already folded this. This is the rough side, this is the smooth side. Let's turn it over. I've already folded this so it has a grid inside each one and a border around it. So you can kind of see how that works, right? Just like this, half, 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 border here, and a border here. Okay, that's normally you put a border on everything and you divide it into squares, and each square is where you put the particular letters. So let's go ahead and try this. Again, I'm not an expert and I still learn how to do it better, but we'll go ahead and give it a whirl today. Okay, the first one is Ip. Okay. A bit shorter on the top, one down like this, one like this, and a little bit longer. Next one's a little bit longer. And you'll see it is kind of angled. I think I angled it too much, but that's generally how you do it. Next one, Chun, which is spring. Short, a little bit shorter in the middle, a little bit longer. Like this. To make that a little bit longer. Next one this way. And then in the middle we put the next character. Okay. And you can dab it to make sure it doesn't spread. Okay, generally that's okay. It looks a little bit weird right here. Next one's Tae, big. Okay, not too bad. Needs to be a little bit bigger right there. Okay. And we go to the last character on this side, gil. And then the last one underneath it. Okay, so Ip-chun-dae-gil on one side. Let me cut that in half, put that on one side of the door. Now we'll do a couple of the harder characters, just because they have more strokes on them. Okay, so we start at the top. Next line, and last one on the bottom. One line down on the middle, a little point on the end. I can do this a little bit better here. And then the last one is this character on the bottom, or on the side. Looks like a 3. Okay, not too bad, can be better. Always can be better. That's that character. Okay, now we'll do yang, which is like the sun. And you'll notice that there's always a stroke order. You go down, and to the side, you usually box things in before, like this one, you put the edges around and close, put the middle thing, and then close the box. There's always what they call a stroke order. So this one, we'll do the side of it first, which is a little bit different. Okay. Now we'll do the middle part. Okay. And you always notice that there's a proportion. You want them to be about the same size. If you notice here, this one is up too far, so that was a mistake. And that's why you always practice a lot. But you always want them generally about the same size. Okay. Ta is something we do. Top one is a little bit smaller than the bottom one. We just have to do this one a little bit different. Yeah, that one didn't come out so good. I think, especially right here, it's too round, but should be out and down. So I made a mistake there. The last one is a little bit difficult because there's a lot of strokes all in one place in a small box. So you got to plan a little bit. So start at the top. Short one. This one's long down the side. Now we put everything else in the middle. Okay, we do, the middle one is something that we use a lot in different Chinese characters called shim or heart. It looks like this. Okay, that's heart shape. And the last one is this one, to try to make it look nice. Okay. And that is how it's written for spring. Ip-chun-dae-gil, Gun-yang-da-gyeong.